There is a famous picture that features a man with a white beard sitting at a table with a loaf of bread. And his eyes are closed and his elbows are propped up and his hands are folded so it looks like he's praying. And I have always thought he kind of looks exasperated. We had this picture up in the kitchen of a church where I was in Ohio. And one night I looked at that man and discovered a kinship with him. And I arrived at the conclusion that this picture probably happened when this man was supposed to be in charge of a middle school youth group lock-in. Because I'm just telling you, middle school youth group leaders have sighed that same sigh. What's clear is this man sitting at a kitchen table knows something of what is wrong in the world. This is the first part of peacemaking. The second part is insisting on imagining it might not always be like this. We could make this world better. So at whatever table you find yourself, maybe you will choose to declare your table a place of peacemaking. May your table be strong enough to hold all your heartache alongside the bread. May your table catch the weary sigh of your soul like it catches a spilled cup of coffee. And then, may the table you're sitting at coax you to stay just a little longer, because maybe right here, there's about to be a miracle. There is grace in the food that gets broken. There is forgiveness in the cup that is poured out. There is peace at the table. Right here, it's telling us. Right here at this table, we could make something beautiful. Will you join your hearts with mine as we come before God in prayer? O loving Jesus, we have come to this table to find you. All through the season of Advent, we are trying to turn our hearts toward yours. We are trying to make our hands gentle and blessed to serve. We are trying to receive you. It's just you keep on taking us by surprise. We thought you would arrive on the scene as a king, and instead you come into the world as a baby. We thought this meal would be a Last Supper, a scene of betrayal and violence before the cruelty of the cross, and instead you meet us at the table. And you turn violence into the beginning of peacemaking. Right here, you turn death into life. You turn darkness into light. Come and bless this communion, O loving Jesus. We are joining all the world in waiting for you. Amen. This is a time to have something to eat and have something to drink. So if you need to pause the video and come back, I invite you to do so. Here in the shadow and light of two candles, we remember when Jesus sat at table with his disciples. And on that night, Jesus took bread. After giving thanks, he broke the bread and he gave it to his disciples, saying, "This is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me." So in remembrance of Jesus, whatever you have to eat, let us take and eat. And in that same way, after supper, Jesus took the cup. He said, "This cup is the new covenant poured out in my blood. As often as you drink of it, do this in remembrance of me." So whatever it is that you have to drink, in remembrance of Jesus, let us take and drink. And just like that, Jesus changed how the story is supposed to go. Do not go out of here breaking other bodies. My body is broken so violence can end. Do not go out of here ready to avenge my death. This cup is for a new promise, and the new promise is forgiveness. So now, even though we are all scattered, each of us in our own homes, maybe we're feeling scattered in this season in our lives, we share communion together to unite our hearts with Christians all over and to unite our love with the love of Jesus. And in that spirit, let us share the prayer we learn from Jesus. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Amen.